Welcome to an exclusive interview, Shri Praveen Darde Sahab, Additional Chief Secretary, Additional Commissioner, MMRDA and Secretary, Chief Minister Office. Sir, please tell us about your childhood days, where you born and brought up.
First of all, I would like to thank India Unbound and more so particularly Shri Pandeji for coming to my office and giving me this opportunity to interact with the people. I was born in Manmar, a small town in Nasik district. My father and mother both are staying in Manmar. I have two brothers and five sisters. We are a big family. We have a huge hereditary land at Manmar.
Okay.
My father being a farmer, right from the beginning, I knew everything about the farming. My two elder brothers are still working in the farm, and right from the childhood, I have decided that anything but farming. I will not do farming. Farming छोड़ के कुछ भी करूँगा. So right from the beginning, I was good in studies. So I continued with the study. I did my graduation in engineering, then masters in engineering from IIT Bombay. Then I appeared for the civil services, and I think this was the best opportunity to work with the people. Since I have a rural background, I have a background of farming basically. I know the problems of rural people, and till today I am more than happy what I could do during my postings.
So which batch you, sir?
I belong to 1998 batch of IS officers.
Okay. Sir, you are a holder of Master Degree in Structural Engineering from the IIT. Why you chose to become an IS?
As earlier I told you, I am from a small town. So right from the beginning, right from the childhood, I have seen the problems of the rural poor people. So I wanted to do something for these people, from where I can sort out their problems. And I am really consider myself very lucky. God has given me an opportunity to do something for my own people. While working as assistant collector, as a CEO Jilla Parishad Raigad, I was in 2002. During less than 1.5 years, I could implement in more than 300 villages a safe and potable drinking water supply scheme with the Government of India National Drinking Water Mission. And that too with a lot of huge saving, nearly 7 crores saving during those days. The project cost was nearly 47 crores, and I could complete it within a record time. And the Raigad was known for the tanker lobby, and there used to be every year more than 700 to 800 tankers in the Raigad districts. And I am very happy to tell you that I could reduce that tanker to the zero within 1.5 year period, and I could bring the smiles to the rural poor people, where I could provide them safe and potable drinking water during a very small span of 1.5 years. Similarly, as a collector, you can, and as a CEO, you can carry out, you name the department, that department is with you, whether agriculture, education, health. You can really provide the services to the rural poor people, and you can meet their aspirations.
Okay, great. You are considered the CM's Man Friday. What do you feel about that?
I feel proud, no doubt about it, because he has so much of trust and faith in me, and we have a good chemistry since I am working. Our association is more than 10 years, more than a decade since Nagpur. So he has a lot of trust and faith in me, and I try to reach his expectation, his levels of expectations in every sphere of work.
Okay. For the first time, efficient IS officers are being collected under one roof, be it you 1985 by Parveen Pardesi, known of his Latur rehabilitation, Mr. Clean Milind Maskar of 1992 batch. What do you perceive about it?
I think the Honorable CM Sir's agenda is very clear. He has shown a path to the people, and he wanted to develop his state. So he is trying his best to implement his agenda of development, whatever he has offered to the people before coming into the power. So to implement his developmental agenda, he needed a good team, and he has chosen a good team through Pardeshi sir and Maiskar sir, and he has given us an opportunity to work under his leadership and to implement his vision, to make his vision a practical reality. I think this is the greatest opportunity, and all of us are trying to put all our efforts to put his vision into a practical reality.
Okay. What are your memories of the 1998 batch? Do you meet your batchmates
Yeah,
sometimes?
definitely. I meet my batchmates. Our batch was the smallest batch after the independence
Okay.
because of World Bank initiatives of downsizing of bureaucracy. Our batch was cutted to the 55. So we were I consider myself as one of the luckiest. I could get through that among top 55. Otherwise, I'll say कि our that 1998 batch people were the most unluckiest because that was reduced to 55, less than half. Now, if you see the civil services list, there are more than 120 people they are taking every year. And we have very good memories. Lot of our 1998 batch people are now working in Delhi Government of India. Some of them are in key portfolios as a joint secretaries in PMO, as well as in DOPT, finance, defense. So we are very cohesive batch because it was a very small group of 55. So we are in touch with each other on WhatsApp also. We keep on calling. We keep on helping each other.
Great. You were credited for planning metro in Nagpur and was rewarded by the CM Prithviraj Chauhan by means of transfer. Do you have any regret?
Absolutely, I don't have any regrets. I think it's my duty to work wherever the government gives me posting or wherever government gives me an opportunity. And I don't regret. Within a period of 2 months as a Director General of MEDA, I could follow all my pending proposals with the Government of India. I am very happy to share that within 2 months I could get more than 940 crores from Government of India for even non-conventional energy development in Maharashtra, and that money is still going on in MEDA also.
Okay.
So it is always, if one has a positive attitude towards everything, you always get a positive response from everyone.
Great. Is your qualification as a civil engineer helpful in your career?
Definitely, being as a
In
civil
what
engineer,
manner?
as a civil engineer, it is very helpful. We study in civil engineering, transportation, then roads, water supplies, sanitation, then railway engineering. All these subjects are very much relevant. When I was working as a CEO Jilla Parishad, we used to implement drinking water supply schemes. Being an engineer, I have already studied water supply schemes. It was very easy for me to understand the problems of engineer from the point of view of engineers problem, planning perspective. What are the new technology, latest technologies available for purification, then as well as solid waste management, treatments. At the same time, this knowledge is very much useful. When I was posted as a Nagpur Improvement Trust as a chairman, I did planning for nearly 3,600 square kilometer metro region, Nagpur metro region planning. I planned for the Nagpur metro railway. I planned nearly 7 town planning schemes. After a long time of 1978, there were no town planning schemes in Nagpur. I planned 7 town planning schemes, new Nagpur developments. A lot of development could happen because of this my engineering background. I could appreciate the problem and could solve it in a shortest possible time.
Okay. Earlier in Jalna and Kolhapur, you effectively managed drought hit situation. How you are managing the natural calamity sometimes and now?
In 2005, I was posted in Kolhapur because there was a huge flood in Kolhapur because of heavy rains.
Okay.
This was a blessing in disguise. Unfortunately, I could succeed in managing disaster in Kolhapur in 2005 and 2006, both the years. I developed a pattern of community managed disaster management. Who should be the first to respond to the disaster? The community should be the first. Because all the other people, those who are related with the district administration, they will take some time to travel to that particular destination where the disaster has happened.
Correct.
So what I did first, I formed the committees at village level. I formed 5 committees. One is early warning team, second is first aid team, then I trained rescue team. I trained these different committees with their roles and responsibilities, and these committees should be the first to respond to any type of disaster. So this helped a lot, and I could sort out the problem of disaster in Kolhapur, and there were very less death during 2005 and 2006 flood as well. And we also taught the school children also evacuation plans and for school safety also in case of there is a fire or flood. and that we had made a small documentary also on that.
Okay.
UNICEF had also made a documentary and they had circulated this community managed disaster management plan of Kolhapur as one of the best practices in so many other countries also.
Okay, great. Now you are holding two postings, Secretary to Chief Minister and Additional Metropolitan Commissioner. How you are juggling between both?
Yeah, both the posts are very important. Both the posts are very demanding, and
Challenging.
yeah, both the posts are very challenging. Since I have joined recently, I am giving more time to MMRDA. I am giving more time to the to implement the vision of Honorable CM of making Mumbai metropolitan region with the, his vision of and the good transportation facilities in this region, good infrastructure development in this region, which would enable the citizens to travel from one end to the other end of Mumbai metropolitan region. And because of that, I am as on today, MMRD has a 5 days week. So I am going to Mantralaya on cabinet days Tuesday and Saturday, Sunday being a holiday. I am going to Mantralaya and clearing the files along with the Honorable CM. And rest of the day I am spending with the MMRD, and I hope over a period of time, once my all the projects of Honorable CM's vision are on track, I will be in a position to give more time in Mantralaya also.
Okay. What are the upcoming major projects in queue of development of Maharashtra and MMRD as well?
Yeah, all new upcoming infrastructure projects as far as government of Maharashtra is concerned is Nagpur metro development, Nagpur metropolitan regional development, town planning, 7 town planning schemes in Nagpur airport, then all major irrigation projects in Vidarbha and Marathwada which were pending for a long time. That is a priority of Honorable CM to complete this project, so that which will result in reducing the drought in this drought affected Marathwada and Vidarbha region. Then Pune metro, then Shivaji Nagar to Hinjewadi another metro. Pune Metropolitan Regional Development Authority is again a priority of Honorable CM. As far as Mumbai is concerned, Mumbai Metropolitan Regional Development, we have a plan of master plan of nearly 400 kilometers of metro network in Mumbai. So the moment Honorable CM has taken over as a CA Chief Minister of Maharashtra, he took the review of the whole MMRDA and metropolitan region, and he had given a direction at that time to MMRDA to implement the master plan as early as possible and to start the work of metros as early as possible to revise all the old DPRs, and MMRDA could deliver in the shortest possible time with the help of DMRC had got revised many of the DPRs, and now we are in a position of implementing Metro Line 7, Metro 2A, 2B, Metro 4 and Metro 6 is DPR is under preparation, and by end of June we will be getting a Metro 6 DPR also. There are many other projects in Mumbai through BMC also. Honorable CM is very ambitious about implementing coastal road. Then through CIDCO also, one metro project is on the verge of completion, and I hope that project will be completed by 2017. CIDCO Metro Line 1. CIDCO is coming up in Navi Mumbai with a big airport that the tender process is going on, and that phase 1 Navi Mumbai airport should be completed before 2009. That is an ambitious target of Honorable CM, and we are trying our best to so that it is completed. First phase is completed before 2019.
Okay.
Then there are certain ropeways project which has been planned. Ropeway for Mathera, ropeway within the Navi Mumbai city in Vashi to within the Vashi area, Vashi to Ghatkopar, and then Borivali to Thane. So these ropeways DPR were under preparation, and very shortly we will be floating the tender for all these projects also.
Okay, Metro 4 or Metro 7 is coming from Andheri to Daisar. You don't think there should be the extension of up to Mira Bhayandar? It's just to the nearly 3 to 4 kilometers. So whether you are going to consider in this phase only?
This is a very good idea, and Honorable CM has already planned and already given the directions to MMRDA to think about extending this metro to these regions also, Mera, Bhayandar, Bhiwandi, to cover Thane, Kalyan, all these areas also. These will be in a second phase planning of our master plan of DPR. Once our comprehensive mobility plan is ready, and that comprehensive mobility plan will give us the priority which another additional route should be started with these 4-5 metros.
Because Mira Bhayandar is a straight, towards next to the Daisar only. So it is a very easy to extend to 3 kilometers.
Yeah, definitely we will think over it.
Okay, thank you. You being a secretary and very close to Chief Minister, are people jealous of you sometimes?
It's, I don't think so. I would like to thank all my seniors. In fact, they have been all supportive to me. Since I was new in Mantralaya, and after a long time I had come. Earlier I was in 2002 in Mantralaya in water supply and sanitation. I was handling World Bank aided project of Jal Swaraj. And after a long gap I had come to the Mantralaya and directly to the CM office. All the senior people are in fact helping me, guiding me, and they helped me initially how to work in the CM office, and I'm really thankful to all of them.
Okay. You were appointed DG of MEDA and in 2 months was called back for the present post. Which one is more satisfying and why?
Definitely the working with the Honorable Chief Minister was the most satisfying experience. I would like to say that within 1.5 years, with the help of Honorable Chief Minister and with the help of Urban Development Department, we could do the amendments in MRTP Act, which has never happened in the last 15 years. So more than 15 years work has been done in a short span of 1.5 years, and we try to ease all the difficult issues which were there in MRTP Act in the process of doing ease of doing business, and with the vision of lying in conformity with the vision of Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, of Make in India, ease of doing business. The Honorable CM has also taken a lot of initiative in the Maharashtra, in each and every department, and urban development department being with him directly. He had given a lot of focus, and we could do a lot of changes in urban development department. A lot of ease of doing business work has happened in urban development department, and that was the most satisfying, I can say. There was not even a single subject which we could not handle. Any person, even right from the village, the last person could come to us. We could try to sort out his problems, issues, right from the health issues, small family fights, from the property, Sabdara issues. So it is to the biggest infrastructure projects, big plannings, World Bank level, Asian Development Bank level meetings, and all these international level meetings. This experience has given me a lot of exposure and most satisfying.
Okay. What exactly clicked between you and CM during 2008 that created such a deep bonding?
I think
Execution.
I think the way I worked during my term from 2008 till 2016 as a collector, NIT chairman, my integrity, my honesty, my hard working, which has resulted a lot of present development in Nagpur. You name the project, and I was responsible for getting that project done. To name a few, I have done a record land acquisition during 3 years period as a collector of Nagpur in 2008, more than 20,000 acres of land, for whether it is a Gosikur project, Bawantali project, Galgarni project of Bawantali was done after 30 years during my term when I was collector. Then I could acquire land for Modan NTPC, which was initially planned as 1000 megawatt project, but then Central Power Minister Honorable Sushil Kumar Shinde was there, and he appreciated my model of Moda land acquisition, where I made farmers partners in the development. I have a development company also. I sorted out a lot of issues, problems of airport development and Mihan development, lot of problems of Nagpur development related issues. I could complete lot of hostels, lot of infrastructure, social infrastructure projects in Nagpur. Then lot of low cost housing project which I planned. Then Nagpur Metro Rail also I could plan during my term, and the budget which was NID was spending every year was 100 crores, which I made during a short span of 3 years to 800 crores. I made that organization eightfold bigger, and by the time I left, within 3.5 years, that organization was 1,000 crores surplus. Plus the land bank, with these new improvement schemes, approval will be worth more than 3,000 crores land bank to with that organization. So I could do a lot of things within a short span of 3.5 years as a NID chairman. And we used to interact with the people's problem. So I think the way I used to treat the people, the way I used to solve their problem with utmost urge, and maybe probably he may like that my style of.
Okay. You are often referred to as the metro man. Where is your bulldozer now? There are several serious illegal constructions and encroachments all over.
As far as MMR region is concerned, definitely we are going to strengthen MMRDA, and we are going to take serious actions against all these illegal constructions. And my, as far as I have just joined, this is my second week, and my thrust, I already told, my thrust is to implement Honorable CM's vision. So I'll be giving more thrust on implementing metros, International Financial Service Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Memorial, and all other infrastructure projects which would improve the value of overall Mumbai metropolitan region. So my thrust will be more on productive work rather than non-productive work. So I'll be giving more thrust on the productive works.
Okay. Mr. Narendra Mehta, BJP, MLA, Meera Bhayandar encroached several plots, and reserved lands on private parties has violated the very intention of government. To the CM, what does the CM office fails to initiate strict action against it?
I'm not aware. I'm coming to know for the first time this subject. We will definitely look into it, and we will definitely take an action.
Okay. There are many illegal bungalows in the area of Uttan, Meera Bhayandar. Authorities say that the place belongs to MMRDA. And why MMRDA is not taking action against them? I think really you are new in this region.
MMRDA is definitely planning authority as far as Uttam area is being concerned. The Uttam area plan has been recently approved by Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and we will definitely look into if there are any illegal construction activities.
It's a declared, I think, eco-tourism zone.
Yeah, it has been declared as eco-tourism zone, and the FSI there is only 0.3, including premium and everything. 0.1 plus additional 0.2 with the premium and everything. We will definitely look after if there are any illegal violations, and we will take an action.
What do you think this Metro 4 from Colaba to Andheri and Andheri to Dahisar and further extension will come in the on time in the reality?
Metro 3.
Metro 4, which is coming to Colaba to this Andheri.
No, that is Metro 3.
Metro 3, okay.
Yeah. Metro 3 is not being. I'm not looking after Metro 3. Mrs. Ashwini Bide is the MD of Metro 3.
Right.
I think she can answer this question in a much better way, because she is more acquainted with what is the present status of the Metro 3 line.
Okay. There are rumors in Fadnavis government that non-corrupted and more eligible officers likely Sanjay Pandey, Krishna Prakash, Vikram Kumar and many more are not getting key postings, and some corrupt officers are there on the key postings. What is the reason behind it?
I don't think so. It's not true. As far as the Honorable CM is concerned, he is always with the honest officers. He is always giving, protecting behind all the honest officers, giving good postings to them. And you can take an example of Tukaram Mundey. He was there in Sholapur. There were a lot of issues, lot of problems. Even then, after from Sholapur also, he was given a Navi Mumbai municipal commissioner charge. So he has been with the good officers, and he has given good postings, and that's why he has taken a people like me and
Yeah, yeah.
Pardeshi sir and Maskar in his office also.
You and Maskar is the right in the opposite side. You were keen to construct a hostel for IES aspirants in Kolhapur. What do you feel about those students? Are government job still lucrative?
It depends on what you want in life. I don't think so. Government jobs are any more lucrative nowadays. There are so many private jobs which are equally good, competitive, and gives you good opportunity. But if you really want to do something for your own people, something for your rural people, something for your poor people, if you want to give them justice, IS is still the service which gives you an opportunity to serve the last person in this nation, the last person, the one who is staying in the village. This is the only opportunity wherein you can do service as well as social service both put together.
Right.
I don't think so in any private sector you can do service as well as the social service. IS is the only service where you are doing your service as along with the social service. So if you really want to do social service, IS is the only service.
Okay. To whom you consider as your role model?
Definitely there are many role models as far as service is concerned. The initial days we used to look to Ratnakar Gaikwad sir, looking at his speed, the pace with which he used to work. Then initially when we were preparing for the civil services, Nitin Kari sir, he was working as a CEO Jilla Parishad Pune and working as a collector. Then Pardeshi sir, now we learn a lot from Mr. Praveen Pardeshi. The way he worked simultaneously on more than 2-3 subjects, the pace with which he takes the decision, and the most important is the presence here. He's an amazing person. We are learning a lot from him. His way of thinking, the way of handling the subjects. You name the subject and he has a knowledge of whether it is a finance, or infrastructure, or harbor engineering, or urban development. You name the subject and he knows in depth. He doesn't need much briefing. We are learning. I have learned at least a lot during my 1.5 years.
Is it? Great. How do you spend your leisure time?
Yeah, my leisure
You
time.
find some time leisure time?
I spend with my family whenever I get time. I spend with my family together at home. We generally don't go out. We spend together time at home with my son. We play. We go to lawn tennis along with him. We go for walk. There only. He likes swimming. He likes lawn tennis. He likes cricket. So we spend time with him playing cricket, playing tennis.
Which sport you like? Which sport you like?
Yeah, I like tennis. I like cricket.
Okay.
I like all the athletics games also.
Oh, great. Any message to UPSC aspirants? What you wanted to give the message to them who wanted to become IAS and
I would like to tell to the new IAS aspirants, the most important thing in life is you should be very clear what you want in your life. And if you are clear that you really want to serve your people with the social service cause, then I will say UPSC is the only service which will give you enough opportunities throughout your career, lot of variety, and you will be definitely more than happy once you are in. Getting in is difficult, but once you are in, life is really very good. And even if you work more than 14 hours, you don't feel tired because you are working for your own people, and it gives tremendous satisfaction. You can work right from the beginning as an assistant collector, CEO, Jilla Parishad, in the rural development. You name the department is with you. As a CEO, Jilla Parishad, there are nearly, varying from the size of the Jilla Parishad, 5,000 to 10,000 people work with you, wherein it will take at least 15 to 20 years in the private sector to reach that level. So you get so much of power, which power should be utilized for the benefit of the common man. Whether it is agriculture department, education department, health department, all the departments as a CEO Jilla Parishad are with you, and you can really affect the common man's life. You can make a change in the life of the people.
Okay. What message you would like to give to the Mumbaikar, being a MMRDA commissioner, additional commissioner, and secretary of the urban city? This is a finance capital of the country.
I would like to give a message to the Mumbaikars. Uh, the moment Honorable CM has taken over as a CM and yet organized one big conference of MMR next, I would like to assure them that the Chief Ministry is very keen in developing MMR region. He is very keen in developing affordable housing. He is very keen in developing infrastructure of Mumbai, which would make Mumbai as a world-class city and livable city for the people of Mumbai. And I hope all the Mumbaikars should help MMRDA and Honorable Chief Minister in realizing his dream or making his dream into a reality. There will be initial problems once we start the work. So I would like to request all the Mumbaikars to bear with us once we start the metro work. We will be digging the whole Mumbai for all our infrastructure works, and very soon, the moment monsoon is over, we are going to start on a huge scale Metro Line 2A, Metro Line 7, Metro Line 2B and Metro Line 4 works on a large scale throughout the Mumbai. And I hope all the Mumbaikars will bear with us for better tomorrow, for better communication system, and to make this city as a world-class city along with the good transportation network.
Thank you very much. आप थे प्रवीण दरड़े साहब, एडिशनल मेट्रोपॉलिटन कमिश्नर MMRDA and Secretary Chief Minister Office, who known to as a non-corrupt image of the bureaucrats, and India known is giving a great success to Sir's future agenda, and God bless you, sir. I hope that you are going to execute MMR in the better way.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank India on Moon as well as Shri Pandey Saab for taking time and coming to my office and giving me an opportunity to interact and pass on the message to the people what MMR is planning in the coming future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.